Hello everyone, today I have a big boy for you. It's been a while since I've looked at a 143 F1 model, and this one I really happy to get. If you don't know, Alain Prost is my favorite F1 driver of all time. Well, to be fair, he's not my favorite person to have sat in a F1 car. A lot of the contenders for the greatest of all time aren't not like especially like, great. Like the best people, I'm sure he's fine, but like he's not like I don't know. He's not winning the Nobel Prize anytime soon. Is what I'm trying to say. I do like Prost as a person as well, but like if just talking about persons and personality, I probably like Hamilton and Vettel a little bit better. Or Fangio. If you've never heard about the story of him being kidnapped, you should probably look it up. It's great. But yeah, fun. I think Prost is the greatest driver. But I mean, I have nothing against Senna or Hamilton, Fangio, Schumacher, any of those people. I just like him. Right. This is just a fandom, right? There's no real reason, like especially across generations, across eras. It's impossible to compare. You find a person you like and you stick with it, right? More or less. So yeah, this is the Ferrari. Oh crap. What is the name? This is the Oh, F1-90. Thank you. This is the 1990 Formula One car by Ferrari. It was a pretty good car, and it challenged for the title against Ayrton Senna's McLaren. Went down to the wire, but they crashed in Japan in the Japanese Grand Prix, which led to Senna winning the championship. But yeah, this model is done by IXO. And this is my first encounter with the model. Although I do have a Tarmac Works model, a Porsche 911 GT3 or a GT2, a racing 991 that is done in collaboration with IXO model. So I do think that it's Tarmac Work that ended up doing pretty much everything. But this is my first foray with IXO, which is kind of a more budget model brand, and they pretty much only operate in 143 as well as 118 maybe. I don't know, I don't really do 118 either, so it's hard to say. Well, for one thing, you can see it rolls, which is really cool. And yeah, so what do you really talk about with a car like this? Well, it's got everything you want, right? It's got the Goodyears at the front. This is plastic. The everything red here you see is metal. The base is plastic, and it's screwed in. 4 screws, has quite a few. The rear wing is plastic as well. You can see all of the sponsors that you want, right? Goodyear, Weber, Magneti Marelli. I'm not sure what that brand is. Ferrari, obviously. Agip. I think it's an oil company. You see that logo in Hot Wheels quite a bit as well. Fiat, who own Ferrari. Yeah, the same things again. SKF, whatever. I have no idea what these companies are. Eagle, Goodyears, who make the tires. Yeah. Alain Prost, obviously, and Fiat. I already mentioned Fiat, right? There's no figure in the racing seat, but you do see a harness printed, which looks a little bit weird, but it's all right, right? It's not texture, so it feels very cartoony, but it's not bad either. You can see the steering wheel was a tiny Ferrari prancing horse printed on there as well. A little bit of a windscreen here. The mirrors are separate pieces, and you can see the spot in which they are glued to. A little bit of reflective materials in them as well. Nice bit of detail. Printed rear wings, and you can see the back, the brake lights, right? That's some nice aero elements in the rear wing. Diffuser slightly, but not a ton. The bottom is not too much to look at either. The big hole right here is for the model to be screwed into the base. It comes in a blister with like a very rudimentary plastic base. I already threw that away immediately because the blister isn't really designed to it's just a blister. It's not like a display box. Also, when I received the model, the base was already cracked. I was like, okay, there's no real reason to keep it anymore, so I threw it away. And yeah, there is quite a bit of a paint rash. Unfortunately, it's kind of gross to look at honestly. It feels like an actual rash. Feels like the disease or something. But it's an older model, so I get it. But there's no rash on the other side. I don't know. This was a brand new model too, never taken out of the box. Don't know why that is the case. Actually, I should probably take a car to compare it with. Give me 1 second. Okay, I lied. I said I was gonna bring one. Actually, I got two cars to compare it to. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. First of all, it's a much more modern car. This is the, which one is it? Ferrari SF90. So it's the 2019 Ferrari car driven by Sebastian Vettel. Sorry, pardon me. That was my dad calling me to dinner. You might think that me, you know, like being an adult, a teacher no less, still living with my parents is a little, I don't know, embarrassing, pathetic, but whatever. You know, I'm in a long-term relationship with my long-distance relationship with my girlfriend right now. So it's not like we're gonna be able to live together or get married anytime soon. So yeah, might as well, right? It's free. Don't really need to spend the money on a rent or whatever because it's super expensive. It's stupid expensive in a big city like Beijing. Excuse me, maybe I'll change it sometime in the future. I don't know. Right now, I'm really in no hurry to move out. But yeah, this is the 2019 Formula One car Ferrari compared to the 1990 Formula One car. Another Formula One car. And you can see, yeah, how much longer this one is. Let's see what's a better angle to do this. Please stay. Yeah. You can see how much longer the new ones are, and also how complex the aero is compared to, like, yeah, pretty much bare bones 1990 car. You get a front wing, you got a rear wing, and that's about it. Now you have like the barge board, the side pieces, and all that, and so much more complicated and everything. But yeah, the width is actually pretty much the same, and I was actually kind of surprised. I thought the new ones are going to be a lot wider, but that's actually not the case. And I looked it up, and the numbers support my claim. Support these as well. This is by Barago, so it's actually quite a bit cheaper than the IXO, but the quality on both are still really good. This one is a bit more matte, this one is a little bit more glossy, but yeah, paint quality is good. The details are good. I think the IXO might be slightly better, but not by much. Both of these are very budget brand, and I'm completely okay with that. I still haven't spent like a ton of money on any of those cars yet, and maybe I will. I really want to get the W11 with which Hamilton won the Turkish Grand Prix last year, and also thus the 2020 championship. Oh, actually, the Turkish Grand Prix is going to start in less than an hour, so I'm very hyped about that as well. The other car I'm going to compare it to is a new acquisition, a car I haven't filmed with at all, but it will have its own spotlight 100%. That's right. It's just the legendary McLaren MP4/4, the car with which McLaren won all but one Grand Prix in 1988. The only exception being the 1988 Italian Grand Prix, in which both cars failed to finish, and it was a Ferrari 1-2. 2 months after the death of Enzo Ferrari, so it's kind of interesting how that happened. Yeah, so this is 1988, this is 1990, so a couple years apart, but still, you can see size-wise they're very similar. The McLaren is a lot more straight line, but the Ferrari, oh, okay, I don't think I damaged anything. Shit. Oh, fuck. Sorry for my language, but you know, it's an adult channel. You should be expecting that anyway. Yeah, but the Ferrari, the Fiat Ferrari, I guess. The Ferrari is a lot more streamlined 2 years later. So probably a lot more aerodynamics work went into it. And you can see the rear wings is a lot more complex as well. But yeah, size-wise, it's pretty much the same. This is done by Altaia, and you can see the lens, the wheelbase are pretty much the same. The suspension are very similar as well. Altaia, which is also a kind of a budget brand, similar to IXO. Yeah, that's it for this video. Alain Prost 1990 Ferrari Formula One car. I'm gonna film a video with the McLaren right away. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again. Bye.